In this video, I'm going to talk about cation and anion worksheet. So there are some definitions you need to know. And one is ion. Ion are the atoms that either gain electron or lose electron to get stable. Now, we talk about atoms have valence electron on the outside shell, and they can have 1 valence electron, 2 valence electron, 3 valence electron, 4 valence electron. But most of them want to get 8. They want to get noble gas. So they want to either gain electron or lose electron to get the valence electron pack up on the shell, so then they will get stabilized. Okay, so the way the atoms that do either gain electron or lose electron, they are called ions. And what is octet rule? Now, oct meaning 8. So it means the rule talk about the atoms tend or want to either gain electron or lose electron to get full shell of 8 valence electron, right? 8. They want to either gain electron or lose electron to get full shell of 8 valence electron because they want to stay as a noble gas. Okay, once they're noble gas, it's a full shell, 8 valence electron, so then they can be stable. Now, out of the first 20 elements, right, most of them follow octet rule. They want to get 8 valence electron to get full shell, except 2 of them. One is hydrogen, one is helium. Because they are on period 1 only need 2 valence electron. These are the only 2 don't follow octet rule, but they still want to get full shell. Okay? They just don't need 8, they only need 2. Now, I have 2 kinds of ion. One kind is cation, one is anion. Now, cation is the ion has 3 properties. One is it is a positive charge, so it will be plus VE. And number 2, because a positive charge, when I compare the proton and electron, right, like atom, proton and electron are the same, but now ion, proton and electron number are different. So if they are positive charge, meaning that I have more proton than electron, So in this case, my proton we will so-call is a winner because I have more proton than electron. But don't forget, we cannot change the number of proton because you cannot change the ID. So then how can you make the electron less number? How can you make the proton more number than electron? Is number 3, you're going to lose some electron. I can lose electron. Okay, if I lose my electron but I keep the proton the same, right? In this case, my electron is lost. I have more proton than electron. The other kind is called anion. The anion has 3 characteristics. Number 1 is negative charge, so minus VE. Number 2, I can have less proton than electron. Okay, I can actually write either way. I can write either the proton number is less than number of electron, or I can actually write number of electron are more than number of proton. Either way, I can do it. Either way is fine. Okay, both they say that electron is the winner. Either way is fine. Now, how can I get the electron become winner? Is I will gain electron. Okay. So, I'm going to show you how to draw the Bohr diagram. Okay. So let's do Ca calcium. Now, if you look up the periodic table, Ca has 20 proton. Okay, the atom meaning I have 20 proton and 20 electron because atom. So we're going to use red pen to write it is 20 proton and 20 electron. And then because calcium is on period 4, we have 4 shells. Okay, so we're going to draw 4 shells. Okay, and then we use blue pen to write down the electron. So remember, we need 2AA2. Okay, so remember top, bottom, left, right. So AA2. That means, right, 2AA2, that means my last shell, I will have 2 valence electron, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Now remember, calcium want to follow octet rule. So you ask yourself, I have 2 situations, 2 critical questions. Either I will lose 2 electrons. Since I have 2 valence, I'm going to lose 2 electrons. Another case will be gain 6 because I want to get 8 because of the octet rule. Okay, so either lose 2 electron or gain 6 electron. So which case is easier? Of course, lose 2 electron will be easier because less energy. So I'm going to draw the arrow we're going to lose the 2, all right, on the outside. And then we're going to write lose 2 electrons. Now, my proton number did not change. My protons in the nucleus, so we still have 20 p plus. But then I lose 2 electrons, so from 20, so I only get 18 left. Because the outside electron is gone, so then the period 4 shell is gone. So then now, instead of 4, I only have 3 shells. Okay, now who is the winner? All right, so let's look it up. 20 proton, 18 electron. Who is the winner? Proton is the winner. We follow the winner charge with a plus. But plus what? You have 2 ways you can see. Either you say, oh, because I lose 2 electrons, so then the number is 2 here. Or what's the difference between 20 and 18, which is 2, so plus 2 charge. Right? Because the positive charge is cation. And then we got to write Ca2 plus. Okay, plus 2 charge, cation Ca2 plus. So on the top, we also write 2 plus. Now, by the way, there's something that I forgot to mention here is how can I remember the cation and anion features? Is cation is Cation. If you look it up, the T looks like a plus. So cation is plus charge. Now, once you remember it's a plus charge, I have 3 things start with the P. Plus charge start with the P. Positive charge start with the P. Proton is the winner, also start with the P. So I have 3 P, P, P. And then the others will be the anion. That's how I remember. Okay. All right. So this one is done. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to nitrogen. Nitrogen, I got 7 proton and 7 electron. And it's a 2 shell. And then you got to fill it in is 2 and then 5. So top, bottom, left, right, top. Top, bottom, left, right, top. So you have 5 valence electron on the outside. You always ask yourself is lose how many and gain how many. It's always lose and gain. Lose how many and gain how many, and then you compare. So in this case, I can lose 5 electron. Okay, I lose 5 electron. I can have the first period full shell. That's fine because it's only 2. Lose 5 electron or gain 3. Gain 3 because I want to get 8. So lose 5 electron, gain 3 electron, which is easier. Of course, gain 3 electron. So gain 1, gain 2, gain 3. So we're going to write gain 3 electron. Okay? So then now we have 7p plus, no change. But then my electron will become 10. And no change in shell. And I'm going to use the dot for the O electron. Okay? But the new electron, I'm going to use the X to represent the new one. Right? Now, 7 proton, 10 electron, who's the winner? Of course, is the electron winner. So we take the charge, will be negative. Negative what? You can say either I gain 3 electrons, so it's negative 3. Or you can say, hey, what's the difference between 7 and 10? It's 3. So negative 3 charge. And then negative charge. Now, because of negative, that's why we say anion. And then the symbol will be N3 minus. Negative 3 charge, but N3 minus. So on top, we also indicate it's N3 minus. You cannot just write anion, no such thing. It will be N atom, which is fine, or N3 minus ion. Once you have the word ion, you have to get the charge. Okay? Now, on the bottom, there's a question. Do noble gas form any ion? Why or why not? The answer is no. The noble gas, many people can figure out. Noble gas is actually it's a group 18. Right? Noble gas is group 18. Now, they won't form any ions because, number 1, they already have full shell of valence electron. They already get stable. So then, number 2, they don't need to gain electron or lose electron. Okay? Now, at the back. the atoms with 1 valence electron, 2 valence electron, or 3 valence electron, right? They only have 1 or 2 or 3. They want to lose them, the electron, because it's easier to lose only 1, lose only 2, lose only 3. So if they want to lose electron, they will become positive charge because you lose electron. If they become positive charge, they will form cation. Okay? And I'm not going to put it on here. I'm going to talk about here. If they have 4 valence electron, they want to either lose or gain. So then they will have form either +4 or -4. So then they will form either cation or anion. And if they have 5 or 6 or 7 valence electrons, or have so many valence electrons, so they want to gain more because it's easier to gain. Only 1 or gain only 2 or only 3. So they will become negative charge. If they negative charge, they're anion. And finally, if they have 8 valence electron, no gain, no lose, so they will have 0 charge and no ions will be formed. Okay. Now here, I want to talk briefly is on the periodic table, you will have this zigzag line, okay? Anything on the left-hand side of the zigzag line will be metal, except the one that touching the zigzag line. So this is another worksheet, okay? So that's just data are called the metalloid. So forget about metalloid. But in general, anything on the left-hand side of the zigzag line, they are left, okay? From here to here. Anything on the right-hand side of the zigzag line, they are non-metal, okay? So that's why we label on here the zigzag line. Anything on the left-hand side of the zigzag line is metal. Anything on the right-hand side is non-metal. Okay, so now we can go ahead to use red pen. Now K is on group 1. Okay, K is on group 1. If in group 1, they have 1 valence electron. Okay, now how do I figure out the valence electron again? Is group 1 is 1 valence electron, group 2, 2 valence electron. Group 13 to 18, we take the group number minus 10 will be how many valence electron? Okay, so group 1 will be 1 valence electron. So then in this case, I only have 1 valence electron, right? So then you want to lose electron. So then how many I want to lose? I don't want to lose 1. So then I will form K plus. Okay, this is supposed to be color. Now, this is supposed to be color. You want to do that in color, okay? Now, because they form positive charge, they want to form cation. Now, on the other hand, they are on the left-hand side of the zigzag line because the K is on the left-hand side of the zigzag line. So because of that, they should be metal, okay? Now, blue pen. Oxygen is on group 16. Now, because they're on group 16, we take the 16 minus 10, I will get 6 valence electron. Now, because they get 6 valence electron, it's easier for them to gain electron. Now, you have 6. How many you want to gain? You want to gain 2 more. You want to gain 2 more, you will form O2 minus, because the negative charge, you will form anion. Then on the other hand, they are on the right-hand side of the zigzag line. You look it up, oxygen is on the right-hand side of the zigzag line. Because they're on the right-hand side, they would like to form non-metal. Okay? Now let's do number 4. Al. Now Al is on group 13. Al is on group 13. Because on group 13, we take minus 10, we get 3 valence electron. Now 3 valence electron, only 1, 2, 3, we're going to lose them. Lose how many? Just lose all 3. Lose all 3. Then I will form Al. Well, I lose 3 electrons, that will become more positive, right? So Al 3 plus. This number should match with this number. This electron should match with the charge. Because they form Al3 plus, I form cation. And then on the other hand, Al is on the left-hand side of the zigzag line. Okay, they're on the left-hand side of the zigzag line, so they will form metal. Now, F. F is on the group 17. F is on group 17, so with minus 10, we got 7 valence electron. You got 7, but you want to get 8. Very easy. I just want to gain 1 more, right? Because I want to get 8. I only have 7. I just get 1 more. I get 1 more. Get 1 more, then what's the charge? Because I gain electron, I will form negative what? Negative 1. But we don't put the 1, we just put F minus. Because it's negative charge, that's why it forms anion. And on the other hand, F is on the right-hand side of the zigzag line. That's why it is a non-metal. It is on the right-hand side, it is a non-metal. Now, if you continue to do this, you should be able to answer the question. First of all, this is a typo here. This should be cation. This is a typo here. This should be cation. This should be anion. Okay, and you're gonna use red pen to answer this, to circle the answer, and you're gonna use blue pen to circle the answer. Now, if you finish this whole thing, you should be able to make a summary on yourself by circling the answer.